Over the past 24 hours, we did our Crave retreat, and so we gathered all of the people who could come from all the cohorts, and we really just saw what everybody's gained from the past year, and it just really showed how much everybody's grown out of this experience, and so it was just very interesting to see how we'd all grown in the same way but different ways in our very different lives and coming together in that. So I work at Warren Willis over the summer as a team member, and last summer, Michelle and Shelley came and talked to us and said, we have this really cool opportunity, and it'll be basically a continuation of just this camp community that we've grown, and that was what initially drew me in. And so I really love a faith community that I know I can depend on the people, and so Crave was really a good extender of that after I left camp. And then it drew me in further and further when I learned really what Crave does and how it helps me to grow as a leader and all the people around me.
I'm a big fan of camp. I have gained a lot from going there as a camper, and I still just want to give back going there. I think something that I've kind of recognized is I kind of like to stick with the people that I know and like, because I'm not a great people person. I'm a my people person. And I don't necessarily like meeting new people that could become my people, like some of the other Crave people or some of the new team members that came last year. And it's it is a shame because some people are great people. And so I think I want to take more of the initiative to reach out and be someone there for other team members, especially because as someone that's coming back for a third summer, I should be there hey, how are you doing? Checking in and making sure that people are doing all right.
What we would like to do is ask you to describe your ideal Christian gathering. Think about what words I'm not saying. Describe your ideal Christian gathering.
My name is Megan Killingsworth. I'm service co-pastor at First United Methodist Church in downtown Sanford. I actually got to be a part of an early Crave cohort when Crave was testing out what multi-sites could look like and how to grow the program. And so I already knew that it was awesome. I mean, who couldn't love these incredible summer camp counselors? So I was like, oh my gosh, a chance to hang out with them and to learn from them and to be excited about the future of the church and the future of what faith looks like, because we're in a Reformation. And I think they have answers to questions that we've carried for a really long time.
So our ideal Christian gathering is, we wanted to name it Nourish because we talked about potluck last night and how that is our ideal gathering is where you get to be fed physically and spiritually.
We want to have a lot of intentionality behind roles, jobs, and leadership. So if you're going to be put doing this, we know that that's your gift and that you're going to be good at that. We're not just going to throw people around, do this, do that, because that can get toxic.
We talked about telling a story and talking about God's impact in the dollar that you're donating, as opposed to oh, we want to do this. You have a lot of money. Can we have some money? That sort of dry fundraising that it's hard to get people motivated for, as opposed to telling a story about the ministry that we're in and the impact that God is making on us, on others. We think that's a more convincing way of raising money.
I think that a big thing that I'm going to take away is that I've been looking at communion in a very different way. One of the team leaders said something last night. It changed how I'm looking at it, and it's changing everything I did after that conversation, even just in those few hours, really was different because the intentionality was different. He said that communion was Jesus saying, do this in remembrance of me, but it was him saying to gather and to show his community and his love. And I just really thought about it in every single thing we did, especially in worship this morning. Oh, this is doing this in remembrance of him. It doesn't have to be about the bread and the wine. This is communion as well.
So really incredible humans who are deeply anchored way more than they know, who have a really firm foundation and a hopefulness and a faith in a world when it's really hard to be a young adult. It's really hard. And their faithfulness is so encouraging to me. And it also reminds me that God has met us in times, that God has met us in times that are challenging and that are beautiful and that are hopeful and that are confusing and mysterious. And like the song that we sang together when we were in worship, I really think they already believe that God can meet you in the valleys and in the shadows and on the mountaintops, and they're already figuring out what it's like to walk those spaces. So I've been really inspired in my own faith. Like, I got to go preach this weekend, and I am inspired in my own faith about what God's doing in our world.